Hey coaches, so today we're going to talk about the IHELP selling system that you can use on your sales calls. Now, IHELP is an acronym, and I'm going to teach you what each of the letters in the acronym mean. But before we get into that, let's just look at the introduction. So setting up your call, creating some rapport, make it very conversational. So try to not worry too much about following a script, but really make it natural to you. So the initial question that you want to really ask is, what's motivated you to book in this call with me today? So a good way to say that is, what is it that you made that made you go, you know what, I'm actually going to talk to this person? Because if you're anything like me, I get offers to talk to people on a regular basis, and so I'm just curious, what made you say yes to this? Was there something specific, or was there something that stood out for you? That's going to, first of all, tell you why the person has booked in with you. So it helps you to understand what you're doing really well, and it gives you some feedback as to what to continue. It also gives you a little bit of insight as to what they're looking for. So you might want to start taking notes at this point. But then you want to really start with setting an agenda. So just after they explain what's actually made them reach out to you, then very quickly jump into the agenda. So this should be quick. This should not be super long and drawn out. But it basically sets the frame of the call, and it helps the person to relax and to not feel like they're going to be sold. Okay, so I would basically say something along the lines of, well, let's jump in, shall we? And then the person will say, yeah. So you might say, well, thanks for taking the time to be here today. And I suppose just to set up the call, to give you some expectation, we're going to be here together for about an hour. And what I hope to cover is, I hope to learn just a little bit more about you, about your health, and about any challenges that you might be having. And then towards the end of our meeting today, I'll make some suggestions regarding those specific challenges. And then basically by the end of our time here together, you should be in a place of clarity as to whether or not it makes sense for us to maybe do some additional work together. How does that sound? So when you say it like that, the person feels like, yeah, that's cool. So make sure that you ask, how does that sound? So you get their permission. So it does a couple of things. It sets up the expectation that they know they're going to be there for an hour if they don't know already. And it also helps them to understand the goal. And the goal is clarity. And truthfully speaking, the goal for you is clarity as well. So it's clarity truly as a goal. Don't be thinking that the goal of the conversation is to close everybody, because not everybody's a good fit. So yeah, once the person says yes, then you might just, okay, so let's just kind of, let's just relax into it and have an open conversation here. That's pretty much it. Okay.